What's good, YouTube?
It's your girl Leah.
And it's your boy Dave.
And we're back with another video.
Yes,
So today we're going to be talking about why do we think people struggle in life, including ourselves. So without further ado, let's jump straight right in.
the main reason why I feel like people struggle in life is because we overthink everything and be stuck in our head. Our body and our mind is so focused on past thoughts and past events, it's conditioned. So the way to stop perceiving life as hard and help us to stop struggling in life is free ourselves from our mind. Start thinking happier and start doing at least 3 positive affirmations a day. It'll start changing your way of thinking and it'll make you look at life at a whole different perception. I promise you. So another thing is we shouldn't look at life as hard. Like I understand we go through things and I understand things sometimes are stressful and it'd be a challenge to, keep a positive mindset. But once you start evaluating your thoughts and your emotions and don't attach yourself to your emotions and just sit back and say, okay, cool, I'm sad and I'm gonna accept that I'm sad, but I'm gonna change my actions and I'm gonna change this to better my day. And a second reason why I feel like we struggle in life is because we worry about materialistic shit. Me, myself, I have to catch myself sometimes because I be wanting a new car, I be wanting a new computer and stuff like that. Cool, I can't buy it, I can't afford it, but at the same time, you have to look back at, say, is it worth it? You got other shit going on, especially if you want to be an entrepreneur, especially if you got business and stuff going on. Take your time with things, because let's be realistic. You're not taking all this shit with you when you die or your afterlife. So, slow down with things. You'll get them. You'll manifest them, but don't rush it. Shit's gonna come to you. Whatever you like, you'll attract it. What are your thoughts?
I feel like the reason why people struggle in life is because we don't actually take the initiative to change our perceptions on life. Well, that's one of the first things.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking from personal experience for myself recently, I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. I hate my fucking job. I hate it. I hate what I do. And I'm steadily working on not hating it because the universe ties you to whatever it is you dislike.
Mm-hmm.
It enforces that.
Exactly.
It shuts down other opportunities for you by enforcing whatever it is that you're pulling against, that you're having resistance to. So I'm learning to resist less and just be in the moment, even though it makes me unhappy. And I'm learning to change my perception on what happiness is to me. Meaning, instead of sitting at work all day thinking about how I'm ready to fucking leave, like I'm ready to fucking go. Like I am, but I think about other things like what I'm grateful for and how I can change my perception on things and be like, let me just help this person and see what they want and do what needs to be done. Let me choose to be happy, not allow this workplace environment to make me sad, depressed, angry, or whatever other emotions. To just be in the moment and do what I'm put here to do for the time being until I can receive and be in a better place. So I'm working on, and this past week, I think I've been doing a good job, is changing my perception on work. Instead of perceiving myself to be unhappy and saying that I'm gonna be happy once something happens or once I'm able to leave or once I'm able to do something else, I'm happy now. I'm happy now. Like, and that goes for anything that we do in life. We say we're going to do something. We listen to motivation. We listen to inspiration. We listen to this and this, that, and the third. We have revelations with ourselves. And we have all of these things that we have, but we don't actually take the initiative to change anything. Or we may start and then stop because our perception was never truly changed. You have to change your perception in order to change your life. Perception is the key to everything, and I will say that constantly. I will say that wholeheartedly and forever because it is. Your perception is everything. Even if a situation is bad, like even if it's not good and it is bad, you still have to make the effort to change your perception on it.
Exactly.
It can be bad all it wants, but you're still choosing the emotion that you're feeling during that time.
And can I say something? And whatever you focus on, that's what your energy goes to. So especially if you focus on the wrong shit and you focus on the small shit, that's what you're putting your energy to. You got to think on a bigger picture and a bigger scale, like the anime that you put me on. You gotta look at a bird's eye view. You can't.
Shinpei.
Yes. So when you're stressed out, you have a tunnel vision. Your vision is narrow. You can't see other shit. And it's like when we get stressed out, we don't even want to hear shit that other people got to say. And it might be life changing, and it might help you throughout your day. But we be so focused and we be so caught up in our head.
On
it's
the
like
problem.
we don't on the problems, and it's like we're not even looking for the solution. We so focused on the problem, but we're not even looking for the solution. Man, sit back, think about the solutions, and stop worrying about the problem. Because once you find a solution, the problem is gone.
I can actually agree with that. That's like that is true. Like when there's a problem going on in our life, we may have so many other solutions, but it's just like let's say for let's say for example, you're in a field and instead of having a machete to cut through the prickly trees with, you're trying to cut through it with a freaking leaf. Meanwhile, on side of you is freaking roses, and you can take the other path that's easier. But you're so focused on the struggles that you have right now that you're not looking what's on side of you that can help you out. You're looking straight in front of you, and you're cutting yourself up trying to get through the prickly trees.
It's crazy.
So, yeah, that is true. We when we get in our own heads, we may there like a lot of us. We may ask for advice, but do we truly take the advice that's being given? Do we truly implement that? No. We just want something nice to hear. And sometimes when we ask for advice and someone tells us what we really don't want to hear about ourselves, we still choose to ignore that person because it wasn't what we want to hear, even though it was what we needed to hear.
And another thing is, stop caring about what people think. That is another reason why we struggle in life. For people that want to be a content creator, man, pick up that goddamn phone and start recording. Just record, bro. Record your life. Record everything can be content. Everything that you do when you travel and stuff, just pick up the phone and record. Don't worry about what everybody else thinks. Trust me, everybody is in their own head. Everybody's in their own world.
Nobody's like whatever it is they like.
And nobody's worrying about you. Nobody. Everybody's in their own head, in their own world.
Honestly, something that I was thinking about lately is the fact that you can't tell everybody your dreams and your goals.
Right.
That's another reason why we struggle.
Yes.
Something that I've been thinking about heavily lately is the fact that you can't share your dreams and your goals with everybody. Exactly. That includes family and that includes friends.
People don't always have your best interest.
Let me talk. I want to get this out. Okay. So something that I think is another reason why we struggle in life, and it's something that I've been thinking about lately, is the fact that you can't share your dreams and your goals with everybody. That includes family and even close friends. Exactly. Not everybody will have your best interests at heart. And some people unintentionally may put negative energy on your goals and your dreams that you do have. Like, let's say family, for instance, they may not understand the dreams and goals that's in your heart. They may not even agree with it. And so because they don't agree with something that you want to do or that you're trying to do, they may unintentionally put negative energy and negative vibes on that dream or goal. And it may push you further from trying to achieve something that would truly make you happy. So sometimes you do have to keep your dreams and your goals to yourself so that you can accomplish them with no hindrance. With no one else's opinions, because opinions is another reason why we hold ourselves back, why we struggle in life, waiting on everybody's approval for things that make us happy, that they won't have to deal with, per se. At the end of the day, you have to decide what's good for you. Long as you're not imposing your beliefs on other people and you're not doing anything to harm other people, but you're doing what's best for yourself, you can't sit around waiting on everybody's opinions, whether it's your family or your closest friends. You do what you need to do for you. It's 8 billion people on this earth. You really think you have time to be analyzing everybody's opinions? No. That's bullshit.
Speaking facts.
That's bullshit. Do you. Real talk. Long as you're not hurting or wishing harm on any other person, it does not matter what your decisions are for yourself. Not everybody will always understand. Not everybody will always understand. Not everybody will always comprehend. Some people are not always going to be on the same frequency or level of information that you have to understand, even if they wanted to. So you got to do you.
And not everybody gonna have your best interest. Even like just what she said, don't be sharing your goals with everybody. Don't be sharing your goals. You know, you can have a selective few, but don't be sharing your goals with everybody. Everybody don't have your best interest at heart. In the back of their head, they could be having negative thoughts, and them thoughts can go towards whatever you're trying to manifest or whatever you're talking about or your goals. It's like you wouldn't even know, but the energy flows to whatever you're talking about. And like she said, stop caring about what people think. At the end of the day, you got to make the decision for yourself. Nobody's holding your hand, telling you what to do, telling you to turn left, turn right. Nobody's telling you that. You're telling yourself that, but you're so caught up thinking, oh, this what this person think, this what this person. They're not worrying about you. Trust me. Because I used to have that same problem. Nobody's worrying about you. And like, your choice is yours. You make life what you want it to be. And that's just point blank simple. Already be happy. Don't try to look to be happy. You got to already be it to experience it.
And for relationships, you share happiness. Don't expect or rely on the other person to make you happy. Because if that's the case, 9 times out of 10, they're going to have control over your emotions. So when they do something that you don't like, you're going to wind up sad, mad, whatever it is, because you're relying on that person to make you happy. If I relied on David to make me happy all the time, I'd be fucking aggravated. Because he's not always high vibrational, and I'm not always high vibrational. We be in our own heads.
Exactly.
So we have to share happiness, not rely on each other to make each other happy. We go through things. We're humans too, so we're not going to be able to always make another person happy if we got our own shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
So you share that happiness.
And this is just my opinion. Like, I really would recommend meditating. Just, take 5 minutes out of the day, 10 minutes out of the day. Just sit down, close your eyes, and just let your thoughts roam. And then you'll start seeing the flaws, and you'll start seeing what kind of thoughts you have throughout the day.
What you have to work on.
Exactly, because what we have about 100,000 thoughts a day, right?
We have a lot of thoughts a day.
Exactly.
A lot of thoughts a day.
And you wouldn't even know how many negative thoughts you have until you just sit down, close your eyes, and start observing. And it'll mess your head. You'll be like, damn.
Flying it from my eye.
It's
like a little small one.
I know. You'll just be like, damn, I really think negative, and this gotta stop. Because you think negative, you're gonna bring negative things in your life.
But I think a lot of us that live in Western society and Western culture, we normalize being in a stress, fight or flight response.
Yes.
We normalize being, stressed out. We normalize being sad and depressed. Like that's something that's supposed to always be. No, it's not. Like it's okay to acknowledge your feelings. It's okay to be going through the motions, but being like that, being in that state 80% of the time of our lives is not healthy.
It's not.
It's not healthy
at all.
But we don't teach in Western culture. We don't teach meditation. We don't teach sit alone. We always want to be on the phone. We need to hear someone talking. Leave the TV on. We can't be alone with our own thoughts. And I think that's part of that is also because number one, Western society and culture thinks it's something else that it's not. And they don't teach it to us because it's something truly that will help us think and bring us to a higher level of consciousness. And number two is because we have a lot going on. So if we're going to sleep at night, we have to have the TV on if we're alone. If we have family, we want to be in the house, hear everyone talking. We don't want to be in the house alone. If we don't have anyone in the house, we want to hear our phones. We want to be on our phones. We don't want to be alone for a long period of time. Mm-hmm. And meditation is number one at its finest, you and your thoughts. Exactly. You and being alone. Western culture, we don't want to be alone in our thoughts because I think we're honestly all afraid of our thoughts at the same time, because some of the negative things that we say to ourselves and that we think about life, we don't want to think about. But you have to learn about the bad to learn about the good. You have to learn what scares you, what you don't like, what's your worst fears are, what your negative thoughts are. And then you have to, once you know those things, you're able to change those things. You're able to think better, to do better, to put yourself in a better headspace. You're going to continue struggling because you don't want to sit alone with yourself and truly analyze who you are as a person. Yes. You don't want to think that you may not be the best person that you can possibly be. You don't want to face the fact that you can be better because you want to think that you are already a good person. You want to think that you are already doing enough. When just in fact, if you sit alone with yourself, you'll probably 9 times out of 10 notice that you're not doing as well as you think you should be. You're not where you're supposed to be. You're not where you're meant to be. You're not as good as a person that you think you are. You're not doing as much good that you can possibly be doing. But you don't want to know that because you want to feel like you're already a good person. You want to feel like you're doing enough. It's all about the feelings, but feelings can deceive you from what actually is. And so we struggle.
Piggyback on what she said, quarter of the day, moving too fast to go nowhere. And what I mean by that is we move too fast. We be trying to do this, we be trying to do that, we be trying to do this, instead of just sitting down and getting some clarity to figure out what is our purpose in life. What do we need to do to better ourselves? We try to do all these different things to try to figure out as we go. I mean, sometimes it works, but 9 out of 10 is not an effective way to go about life, because at the same time, you're going to be thinking this is your purpose, but you're trying all these different things. And once you start to sit down and you get some clarity, you find out what's your purpose, and all these things, it don't correlate to your purpose. Now you got to go all the way back around and recirculate what you just did. And it's like you did all this for nothing. And life don't need to be looked as a struggle. I understand that we have to persevere and we have to keep pushing, but you shouldn't have to look at it. Yes, that's your own perception. You shouldn't have to look at it as a struggle.
Some may look at it as an opportunity.
Huh?
Some may look at it as an opportunity
You
rather
can look
than
at
a
it as,
struggle.
yes.
It's a perception.
Exactly.
If you perceive that life has to be a struggle, then it will be a struggle for you. But another person may see your problems and wish they had it and see it as an opportunity. And therefore, that's two different perceptions in one.
Exactly. Everything is your own perception. Like we always say, there's no right or wrong answer, it's only your perception of the truth. So we're not saying we're right, we're not saying we're wrong, but this is our perception of the truth, and we just share our opinion.
Moral of the story is, change your perception, evolve your thinking, realize and have a sit down and realization with yourself, and actually implement what it is that you learn. Try to take the initiative to change and evolve your perception and your way of thinking so that you may lead a better life than the one you're living now.
Exactly. Y'all got this. Stay positive. Do your positive affirmations. Meditate if you can. Y'all got this. Stay positive. Meditate if y'all can. And once you change your thoughts,
you change your life. So see you guys next week, and thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next week.
Bye.